what's up? Thank you for passing by. My name is Phil and I am from Mints and Drops. And today I'm having the pleasure to receive on the show my brother Michael from Ordkit. And no, this is not HEDERA hash graph related, but it's way too big, way too impactful. BTC, NFT, ordinals, the whole thing is having a major influence over our ecosystem. I had no choice to cover it. As you know, at least 2 projects are onboarding it right now, making special collections, Panda and Hungry. Big shout out to them. Big shout out to Michael, bringing the entire sauce, the entire thing, marketplace. Big shout out to him. I had a blast. Alpha packed. Enjoy. That's so nice. Wow, it's your first here. Well, here's to the first show Michael is doing at Mints and Drops. How's it? How you doing, brother?
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me,
From
man.
Ordkit, man. Thank you for taking the time, brother. And I was, because when I heard you on the space earlier on, my first reaction was, this is knowledge. This is a guy who knows. And at the same time, I want to know because, of course, we'll tackle this subject later on. But I mean, it's important that people know. And bro, you know stuff, man. I got mad respect for what you're pushing forward.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I don't deserve all the kind words, but thank you nonetheless.
You do. How's the journey so far in Web3, man?
Yeah, so far it's been a fun ride. I got into Web3 as a degen at first, and then just fell in love with the tech. I love the fact that it doesn't really matter like what you've done before, what experience level you have. Yeah. You just come in, and if you have an idea, then you can come and build something. So that's how my journey was with Web3, and Ordkit so far has been exciting and fun.
It has. What was your what's your 9 to 5? What's your field of play usually for fiat mining, as I call it?
Sorry, what did you say? You cut off for a second.
Yeah. What's your the fiat mining? What's your 9 to 5? How did you come first? What's your job?
Yeah, so my Web2 experience, I've worked in the product management / product building side. So I had a startup before, an education startup, went fairly well. I've done consulting as well. I've also done marketing. So I was more so like a product marketing guy. That was my experience for the most part. Got into Web3, made a little bit of money degenning here and there. I probably got lucky, to be honest, but the bull markets treated me right. Lost a little bit of money, but continued to stay. And then I started teaching myself programming. Wow. Yeah, because I noticed the devs were having the most fun. I noticed the devs were making the most money as well. So I was like, hey, man, why don't I join them? So yeah, I just really started teaching myself programming. And me and my team were building an analytics platform on the Ethereum side of things. And we honestly practically were almost done with it, like very clean UI, very clean user interface. And then ordinals dropped all of a sudden, and it just gave us a whole perspective shift. And we're like, yeah, we want to go all in. So we just went all in with ordinals, and Ordkit came about, and it's probably been the most fun I've had in the last, I don't know, how long has it been? Since February 10th, maybe? It's been fun.
So marketing, degening, dev, then ordinals. Was there a click? Because usually it's because for me at one point, I was in the food and beverage industry, and I felt the boundaries of what I was doing. It was like, yeah, well, I'm having fun in the kitchen, but out there, this is this is the jungle I want to play in, right? Was there a click for you out there that made you say, okay, ordinals for sure, but Web3, everything?
Yeah, man, it was just just the concept, even though we may have not achieved it, but the concept of decentralized architecture, decentralized finance, ownership, especially with all the stuff that's happening with the banks and stuff right now, you truly start to realize like all the stuff that you might own is really just digits on a computer screen.
Yeah.
And I think it really clicked for me um, when people who might not necessarily have access to products that they would not have access to because of where they live or the localities or regulation have access to those type of things and how much their lives change.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes me want to be part of that industry. Again, Web3 is not perfect. We have a cesspool of scams going on, but just the opportunity for if maybe the right actors come in and build could change a lot of people's lives was like that click of the moment for me. And also just the amount of money that flows in and out of the market is insane to me, right? In the bull market, everyone's a believer. In the bear market, everyone's a pessimist. So to me, it's like, okay, it looks like it's a bear market. Everyone is bearish. And this was like a couple months ago, not even just recently. I made it a decision like I'm going to build during the bear market. So when the bull comes or whenever an influx of capital comes, there's a product ready that people can enjoy.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to be ready for the next run up.
Hopefully, man, we'll see.
Yeah, well, those who pay attention now when it seems boring AF, I mean, you're well positioned for sure, and I see you. Can you? Because of course, this show usually is about this guy, but right now I feel like this is too hot. Because that's what I cover. I don't know if you watched a couple of shows prior, but that's what we do. I usually cover everything that's HEDERA, everything that's HeadGraph, everything that's NFT, everything that's not NFT inside the ecosystem. But I believe that ordinals are so big right now, BTC, NFT, whatever you want to call it, that it's having an impact on the whole ecosystem Web3 thing. So can you just, for the sake of anyone watching, can you explain to me what ordinals are in this whole game? Is like I'm 8 years old, like, or something.
I got you. So basically, this is how I look at it, right? The mental model I use to understand ordinals, without getting too technical, is how on Ethereum there's NFTs. Now, a lot of people think their NFTs are stored on the Ethereum blockchain, as in like the token that they hold in their wallet, the asset, whether it be an image, a video, whatever it is in the blockchain itself. And that's not simply true. Most ETH NFTs are just a metadata JSON file that points to an IPFS server. So IPFS is a pretty strong product, but let's say in some case IPFS goes down, or some NFTs are even stored in centralized servers, the actual image, the asset. If those servers go down, then you're basically holding a token that points to nothing, right? What makes ordinals so special, and I think the reason why a lot of people are flocking to it, is because the actual file, the actual asset, whatever it is that you're quote unquote inscribing, is stored on the Bitcoin blockchain itself. Bitcoin now being the undisputed strongest network. Yeah, it has its flaws, but it's the strongest network. It's probably the most decentralized. Proof of work works. I know it's bad for the environment, but it just works. So the fact that I can inscribe a piece of file, data, whatever it is, on the Bitcoin blockchain, and it's there as long as the blockchain exists, is I think what makes ordinals special. So ordinals are basically a numbering scheme that Casey, the creator, came up with, and it's basically a system where a file can be inscribed on a single SAT, a SAT being like a fraction of a Bitcoin. And that allows for anyone to inscribe any sort of data files on top of a SAT, which is basically part of the Bitcoin blockchain. So that's what makes ordinals special. So now you have actual NFTs, let's call them NFTs, that are stored in the most secure blockchain in the world. And everyone goes crazy because now I can inscribe a picture of, let's say, a family member, and I don't have to worry about if that picture, as long as the Bitcoin network exists. God forbid if it's Jesus Christ's return and it's over, then Bitcoin goes down. Yeah, well, all of it goes down. But in terms of network strength, Bitcoin being the strongest network, I think is why ordinals are the hottest thing right now. And I really think there's going to be a big shift by the end of the year where ordinals will be on toe-to-toe with Ethereum. because that's
Yeah.
the biggest problem that's being solved is, are my actual NFTs or collectibles, whatever it is, are they on chain? Because if they're not on chain, then there's an issue. Bitcoin solves
Mhm.
that.
That's mind blowing, right? Because BTC has always been regarded like the grandfather of everything. Of course, that's where everything started, right? But at the same time, the tech, people were bashing on it. And that's part of why I think people they're still lagging, right? Like in terms
Yeah.
of, oh yeah, BTC NFT. No, bro. I mean, maybe it's a trend, maybe it's not. But right now, it's got people's attention, like major.
Yeah, and I think, like you said, like a lot of people just thought of BTC as a payment
Yeah.
network, like just transfer money in and out. And like for the most part, that's what I thought of it as well. But when I saw Casey's video on his explanation of ordinals, I was like, holy crap, how far does this go? So now the what used to be an advantage that Ethereum had over Bitcoin, I think now ordinals kind of bring it at least playing field. And then obviously you have like layer twos like stacks and all that stuff. So I really do think Bitcoin is going to have a big year, bear market or not.
That's mind blowing, man. I'm thrilled because uh, we usually go by emotion, with those things, and again, the NFT side of things was kind of boring, at the beginning of the year, sales and whatnot, secondary, all people, pretty much sleeping and whatnot. And this came on the way, and I caught the wave maybe like 3 weeks ago. So I came in, people would say late, but again, what's late, what's early, right? But um, it's thrilling to me because it's new, and especially because it allows me to meet amazing people like you who are, in there, crafting while everything is kind of in a stalemate. So, I mean, it's fun. It brings me great emotions.
Well, again, I appreciate the kind words, man. It really means a lot.
But it's true. It's very true. And at the same time, how do you see the, like, say, not too far away, because it's crazy, right? Just to just to propel ourselves, even if we're talking about Q3, that's far. Just like the next month, because of course there's many competitors, right, of what you're bringing, and you can lay it all out to what kind of service that you guys are bringing up. Um, what's lined up for you in the next month? Like, what's your like P0 priorities? Like you have three, I got to do this before, I don't know, say May or whatever.
Yeah. So the main product we're working on right now is our marketplace. So far we've launched an inscription service. We've launched a minting slash checkout app like Manifold from Ethereum.
So we
And
can go
now,
on the site and have a transcription right
yeah,
away on
so you
Ordkit.
you
Okay.
you go ordkit.xyz,
Yeah.
click on the products and service tab. Inscriptions should be there, and you can bulk inscribe, you can single inscribe, you can inscribe.sats. And then if you have any questions, you can join our Discord. You can also set up like a minting page. So if you have a collection and you want to receive payments, right now, most of the collections are doing them through Discord, which we think is really inefficient and not professional and not safe as well. You
Yeah.
could do it through our platform, very seamless and very simple. We've launched those two, and so far everything's been going great. But now we're going for the big boy, which is the marketplace.
Yeah.
We didn't launch with that first because we wanted to see where the market was going. And second of all, the one concern I had was wallets, because the way ordinals work, because they're inscribed on the SAT, on the individual Satoshi, you can technically transfer it out as if it's like like you can transfer it out because it's a SAT. So we didn't want to take the burden of building our own wallet because there's well-funded
Yeah.
companies like Xverse, Hyro. So we just wanted to
Yeah.
sit back and see,
It's
you know,
costly. Yeah.
yeah, how they would do things, and they've done a phenomenal job. Both great wallets. So now that they've like made their wallets ordinal friendly, we've started to work on the marketplace.
Over Xverse, you mean?
Yeah, so Xverse and Hyro. So both wallets will be
Mm-hmm.
able to support. And in terms of the market, man, I really think we're just going to start hitting different metas like we did in ETH. I feel like there'll be like a PFP meta, and then
Mm-hmm.
maybe like a Gen Art meta. I think we'll start to see larger collections. The more alpha groups like roundabout ordinals, I think the more volume will come in. So we're just really preparing for that. Like we believe that the tidal wave is coming, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
a matter of preparing for that.
Yeah. Yeah, 1,000%. Yeah, for big volumes and stress tests and whatnot.
Yep.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, for sure. Because right now it seems like it's like the pixelated era, well, which is it goes like it's chronological, right?
Yeah.
Because it's all the pixelated things, all the frogs, all the punks, the apes, but it's really
Yes,
cool. I mean, and
yeah.
with the background and everything, it's always orange. I love it. Again, brings me in a great spot. Um, of course, you have a vision, and like we said, like throughout the entire month, which you're planning, of course, the marketplace. Q3 is still far away, but still you got a vision for the entire thing. Do you see this in a way that it's a trend, or much more as in a way for people to grasp, like, I got a piece of history, I was here for transcription 500,049, and that's mine.
Yeah, I think as it starts to grow, like I have a couple 100K inscription ordinals, and I don't think they matter now, but when it hits 2 million, 3 million, 10 million, that's when I think like those metrics will start to add value, especially if the art is nice. So I think, man, it's already, history tends to repeats itself, or at least it rhymes. And I think we'll go through the same like ups and downs ETH NFTs went through. And I think if I were just to parallel the two scenarios, I think we're about to go through an explosive run of volume of capital. Like you said, Bitcoin is a household name. It's the grandpa. It started it all.
Yeah.
And the fact that I can, degenerately buy and sell NFTs that are actually NFTs, that are actually stored on chain, is just a whole different ballgame. So I'm mega bullish. Maybe I'm being too optimistic, but I think like just everything's lined up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is because I see it too, because it's like a way of, I got something real again, like something like I can fathom my head around and just go, yeah, it's on chain. For sure, right now you're working like 12 hours a day for sure, man.
That's definitely been a long couple of days.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Is there an ETA for the marketplace? When do you think this will your projected dates or whatever?
4 weeks.
4 weeks?
4 weeks is a safe day. I think at least maybe we'll have beta by then.
Yeah.
In the next 4 weeks, we definitely should have marketplace.
Do you still have time to venture into other like ecosystems, or you must be tackling and just head down and
Yeah, right now team wise we're maxed. We are in talks.
How big is your team?
We're a team of 3 right now. So
wow.
We're 2 devs and an operations guy. And yeah, we know each other, so we work fast, we build fast. We're all the team. We have a great team synergy. But there definitely is going to come a time where we're going to hire. We're definitely in talks with investors and all that stuff. So yeah, it's just an exciting time. We're super focused on Bitcoin right now, because I know some people are saying, oh, Litecoin inscriptions. I believe Ripple now has inscriptions as well.
Okay, wow.
So it definitely impossible for us to venture into all of them. So our focus is Bitcoin right now, but never know what the future holds for sure.
Man, all right. Where and how can we reach you out? You have a Discord, Twitter, the whole thing?
Yeah. So if you can go on ordkit.xyz, our Twitter, our Discord is all there. If you have any questions on our Discord, you can always join. You could tag me. I'm at Michael Shamalis, or just look on the online section and you could see me there. If you have any questions at all, please feel free. Always happy to answer. Always happy to connect. If you're looking to launch anything, a collection, inscription, it's your first time, you have questions, always happy to help. Be on the lookout. Marketplace coming soon.
Mike, it's been a pleasure, man. Thanks for even taking the time today, brother, man. Hey, it was your first interview, man. I'm so this is so hyped. That's nice.
And that's why I'm super grateful. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Man. Hey, that's what we do.
Showing love, man.
We gotta share the joy, man. That's what's all about. Down the road, that's what it's all about, man. Thanks again. Have a great day, brother.
You too, my man.
Take care.
Appreciate you. Thank
Michael, thank you so much for your presence today on the show, brother. I enjoyed my time. I was the student, of course, on this side of the camera. You are bringing an amazing platform. Marketplace will be lit AF. I have no doubt about it. You guys are pioneer inside something that I see that is bigger than a trend. This will last through time. What sphere, form, or musical journey this will all take, that's for us to see. Best of success for leading on this month, Q3, Q4, next year, all of the great things. And HBarbarians, I will see you on the next show.